Frank Martin is a guy who is a fictional action hero whose job it is to deliver a package from A to B and overcome a series of obstacles that are put in his path that provide a lot of fun and entertainment for the audience. He has rules as protection mechanisms in life to protect his privacy, his identity, and his emotional well-being. Those rules are no names, never change the deal, and never open the package. I got into the character of Frank Martin in my own way. I have a process as an actor, and I can't imitate what came before me, although I did make myself acutely aware of what Jason did, because I think it's very important to get a feel for another actor's interpretation. And I also really liked the film franchise long before I got to do this job. So, I immersed myself, and Jason was fantastic. He was fun, he was charismatic, he was so strong and heroic and all those things. So, I mean, obviously that's a subliminal influence. But then I started my process as an actor as new. And part of that is to ask an awful lot of questions about who is Frank Martin. Endless questions about who is Frank Martin and why does he do things? Always why? And so after 1,000 questions, I got a fair feel for who Frank was and sort of went from there. There's a lot of action sequences in the show, a lot of fighting. We have some wonderful fight coordinators on the show in Cyril, Raphael, and Momo. They basically taught me everything about it because I'd done very little of that action type of stuff before this show. So they took care of me, they supported me the entire way through. They made sure that the choreography was never too advanced for me at any stage, that I was comfortable in being able to do the thing. And other than that, I just worked really hard to make sure that I did as much as possible, because I think that's important for the truth of the character and also important for the fans, so that they're not cheated, that we actually see Frank Martin doing some of these stunts. I think it's really important. And the guys supported me all the way. It's tough in the TV world, in the TV schedules, they're always very tight. So it was actually very tough to get enough rehearsal time to you know, do a really good job on the side. But we got into a rhythm and eventually found a way of making it work, I think. It's an international co-production, you're right. We shot most of the series, or a large part of the series, in Canada, in Toronto, in and around Toronto. And then we shot more of the series in France and Berlin, in Germany, in Paris, in Nice or outside Nice, Capru, and various places along the coastline, Marseille, etc., etc. And it was a wonderful experience. My favorite place is Paris. I think Capru was probably the most open-air fun we had, because Frank's house down there on the coast is extraordinary. The landscape down there is extraordinary. We shot it in the summer, so it was really warm and it was beautiful weather. And after each day, we'd run straight down the hill and just dive in naked into the Mediterranean there and just, you know, generally misbehave. And it was great. That and a few beers and it was all over. Putain merde. I don't know what that means, but they keep insisting that it means something to me. I don't know. Mostly the I think they're blasphemous words. I think I'm not sure I'm supposed to use them in polite society, but n'importe quoi. I don't know what that means. I mean, those are the sort of things they teach me. They don't teach me anything useful.